Again, I met a man who told me that his brother had babies with Ilhan Omar. And I met him at the gas station on 85th and Zane. And as he began to chat me, it was because he was giving me a bad vibe. I don't know what it was. My son is very picky about where he shops, and he chose to shop there. And as he chose to shop there, he's now befriended by the store owner. And as that's happening, he's dating Mia. And as he's dating Mia, and he's telling me that he's connected to Ilhan Omar, I felt a type of way. I felt a type of way about the Moonraker Apartments lease. I stated that I felt that under COVID, they were now trying to redistrict the black people out, and now Ilhan Omar was putting a lot of Africans in there. Under the import-export deal, I thought these people was going around collecting Pampers, milk, various items, and then sending it to their people by way of selling it. And they were now becoming their own business. And I said those independent businesses was getting free toilet paper, Pampers, milk, at the time, some food items and stuff. And they were storing them in the garage at Moonraker Apartments. And the lady started, when I asked her why does she have all that in there, because she had a lot of shit in her garage. And then it leaked with mice and shit, right? And as this garage leaked with mice and shit in it, and she talk about she got a business selling this shit, and do I want some? No, I do not. I thought about the way we make people keep their warehouses here in the United States. And under an article of Confederation with Ilhan Omar, Amy Jane Getz, who needed to try this with Donald Trump under the Betsy DeVos, where I thought that Donald said y'all wasn't letting people in, so now he let some people in. And I thought these people were now terrorists to me because they were terrorizing me specific to the man at the store, who was now coming at my child, my son, who was a grown-ass man. And as my son was coming at this child as a grown-ass man, he's giving my son all these items for marijuana. And I thought he was trying to solicit me at one point. And I'm thinking, well, number one, I'm not your type. Number one. Why? Because I'm a black American bitch and I got a smart-ass mouth. And my smart-ass mouth might, tongue lash you where you're offended if you offend me. Right? That means you don't dictate what I can and can't do, how I do and don't dress. I was with my man for 26 years, whether he was mine or not. I respected him and his wishes after the first 4 to 5 years that we got together. Again, my man to me had a big penis. And when he wore certain jogging pants, man, you could see that shit to me. I asked his ass not to wear types of jogging pants like that, out of respect for me. See, that's how we got down, how we communicated. And then my son, I seen a show one time, Ricky Lake, Sally Jesse Raphael, motherfucking Mervin. I don't know whose show it was. Wasn't Oprah's motherfucking show, I know that. Wasn't motherfucking, what's that black man's name? Because he did a show too for a while. It wasn't his show. But anyways, I seen a show that said that, your children watch you. Even before they can speak, they're mimicking you. And the things that we say and do matter. So they said that if you have a son and you want him to respect you as a woman and learn how to treat a woman, then you want to make sure that the men around you are treating you appropriately so that your son is not learning those behaviors. Same thing for your daughter. If your legs are like a motherfucking fast food restaurant and everybody's just driving through that bitch, that's how your daughter might be. Might be, not always, because there is that slim chance she could want to go the opposite way. That's that one in a million, that needle in a haystack, that child who wants to be different and don't mind being different and can stand up to the criticism when it comes to being different. I'm not in the mood, with that man from Halal, whatever his name is. I told that man as I'm listening to him, he said, we had to get our guns back. Yeah, I have a store in St. Paul, and I'm going to have these young men just drive through the alley and drop them off. But, unlike Michael Freeman, they didn't want to do the gun buyback program, so we couldn't repeat the gun buyback program. I'm looking at him, I'm going, what? And I'm thinking about what's going on in my head and my life at this point. I'm thinking about what the fuck my son got going on. I'm looking at the motherfucking internet, the news that's coming through, and it's telling me how Joe Biden wants to combat motherfucking internet gun sales. Let me repeat that. How Joe Biden wants to combat internet gun sales, as I got this motherfucker talking about, we don't want to do the gun buyback program anymore at Moonraker Apartments. As I'm working at Kowalski's. And I thought Dwayne Johnson was coming in telling me, yeah, we just raided Sharon's house. But not Sharon's house because Sharon wasn't there. But I want to act like we was raiding Sharon's house, so we can make it look good because Sharon don't know what the fuck be going on when she's at work at Kowalski's. So I started to feel a type of way about Kowalski's, right? I started to feel real odd about my job at Kowalski's, right? Even though it's just a job and I'm trying to, look at it that way. I also was working at the Good Grocer as a volunteer because I was tired of doing nothing. And I said to myself, it's going to look good on my resume. It's going to look good if I want to get into a college. I'm a volunteer, right? Because that's what they said you should do. So I volunteered, right, at the Good Grocer. And then I thought the Good Grocer's wife was coming at me. Why? Because I thought they had this prison pipeline feed through Ilhan Omar, Bobby Joe Champion, and Barack Obama again. Under the free trade, you could do sex sales online and it's appropriate. And I said he was mocking me. He was trying to embarrass me. My ass was flat. Didn't nobody want me. I ain't got no teeth. My voice has changed. You're old and dried up now, Sharon. You can't even be a fucking grandma, according to Robert at motherfucking Walgreens, where Shayla worked when she died. I said, Bill, how many employees have died in Walgreens history in the state of Minnesota where they've needed to collect their insurance? He said Shayla was the motherfucking first.